If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. Well, hey, you know what time it is. It's a comments video. Whatever the title of the video is, there'll be a timestamp to when we talk about that in the comments below. This one's going to be extra long because we missed last week, so I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but hey, if you're bored at work, need something to listen to, you've come to the right place, okay? If I look like I just woke up, that's because I literally just woke up 5 minutes ago. But you know what? It's go time, and thank you all for joining and being here today, of course. I'm gonna start off with this comment. So I just made a comment talking about, you know, I got red Mbappe, which was insanely lucky, by the way, but this guy replied and says, how do you like that Messi doesn't seem as fast as his pace implies, even have the 99 stam one? I have an evolution Messi that is, I think, 4 playstyle pluses. It's like 95 pace, 93 shot, 90 passing, 96 dribbling, something like that. He's very, very good, and you're actually kind of right. His pace, so I have quick step plus on my Messi, and that initial burst is like super duper fast. The speed boost for Messi is crazy, but the like top end speed for him is a little bit lower. So I think you're kind of right, actually, that he probably isn't quite as fast as maybe you would expect some 99 pace players to be, but that initial L1 speed boost burst is just like what you would expect. So I think you're kind of right, but also I don't even know if you expect that from Messi too much, for him to be like the rapid plus Alawayron, where you can't catch him, right? But with the way that center backs are now, where some center backs have quick step plus, yeah, he probably will get caught up to in the long end quite often, but most cards nowadays do, and that's kind of just the unfortunate side effect of, like, you know, center backs getting better. It's harder to outrun them, but I still think he's definitely worth it. The dribbling is crazy, the shooting is insane. He has like different animations dribbling wise that only he gets, or only a few players get, so definitely worth doing to me still. I think he's very, very good. I think the more I use him, the more I'll be able to like use what he's good at, because he can do things that almost other players can't because of those animations and stuff. He kind of slides through things other players can't. But anyway, we move on. We got YN Cold Cane. I packed red Mbappe. Hey, congratulations, man. Gully Foot Tony, bro, hit the jackpot. Yeah, I did. I don't remember the last time I got like the best possible red player ever. I'm not sure if I ever have got that. Slicksy_RL, I didn't realize the play 15 matches objective and quit one of my matches before realizing. Yeah, I saw some comments too of people being like, why did I quit so much? I didn't even realize there was a pick at 15, play 15 games. I thought it was just the Evo or whatever. And yeah, always double check, I guess, make sure that there's an understanding of what the objectives are before you go into your weekend league games. But yeah, I saw that was a common theme. You were not the only one, and you got 10 thumbs up. So yeah, you were not the only one there. And Gullyfoot Tony is back here. He says, packed loads of top Serie A tots last week. I've spammed a stupid amount of packs over the last 2 days and only got Courtois, which is an awful card this year. The same thing happened with Prem tots. I wish EA would stop manipulating the pack weight the way they do. They know what they're doing. And the thing with this is always, and like, I obviously agree that EA do manipulate the pack weight. I think we all are aware that, you know, certain weeks have better pack weight, certain promos, certain cards, whatever you want to say. But of course, just one anecdotal experience is not going to be indicative of the entire pack weight of the FIFA community, right? That's what's always challenging with this kind of thing, is like, yeah, you might have had shit pack weight this week, but like, it actually was pretty good this week. Now, funnily enough, I think the pack weight has been pretty bad apart from the FUT Champs rewards, which I guess is better still, but it's still not amazing. But I do agree that it's like, you know, it's a guarantee that EA change and manipulate pack weight pretty often, and to a certain extent, I guess EA sort of have to manipulate odds to a certain degree, but also it seems to be more than that, right? It seems to be like quite manipulated, and it can be account based and all that stuff. There's so much that can go into it that we don't know about, because they don't show us the pack odds on saved packs, right? You know, they try and show us the least possible that's legal, and maybe they don't change the pack weight on that, but goddamn if they don't, I would be stunned. Okay, I would be shocked. But okay, moving on to the next one here, we have got Tortilla Lover, who says, bro, JFC, I'm convinced they patched the rewards because I got nothing. All I got was a Griezmann out of 4 red picks. It's absolute bullshit. Even my friend who got 10 wins and the 1 of 5 red pick as best pull was also Griezmann. The game is so shit, and I have to watch all these people on share plays get Vinny, Hansen, and Mbappe flying out of picks. And once again, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, they could have patched them at some some point in a shadow update and made them worse again because it was glitched, but you and your friend might have just gotten unlucky. Like, that's it's simple as that. The odds were way better and you and your friend got really unlucky, and that sucks, but that might just actually be the reason behind your bad pack weight. And this is why I always try to figure out pack weight stuff is hard, because yeah, you kind of need a gigantic sample of people to figure out if there's something fishy going on. Because we might just, as a community, as a conglomerate, the JFC community might have gotten really unlucky in the past week or so and just hasn't really got much. So then we all think pack weight's worse when it didn't really change. But you know, the more people that we gain and talk about pack weight, the more validity it actually gains, because it's less likely for us to have a shit sample compared to like the consensus. You know, does that make sense? So I have no opinion. Like, they definitely could have made it worse, but at the same time, it's so hard to judge pack weight stuff. Just trying to like think about it in an objective lens is like, you can't. It's almost impossible to without like a giant community of people all reporting their pack weight and then like running the numbers. Like, it's very difficult. But I agree that sucks for you. And you know, one of those things too is that yeah, we've seen them update pack weight and stuff before, so it's not like it can't happen, right? We've also seen glitched rewards before. We've seen glitched packs and stuff, so it's not like that can't happen either. So you can add that in there as well. Next up here is snap back to reality for your comment reading video. The Shapeshifters event was kind of obvious it was going to get released. Fits in the promo timeline, similar to FIFA 23. Another reason is the lack of higher rated heroes and icons. Wouldn't be surprised if the promo is 3 weeks with 30 cards per team and 20 being icons and heroes with a good amount in SBCs and objectives. That makes a lot of sense actually now that you say that. And also your second paragraph is pretty interesting. You're talking about how, you know, what if PSG win the UCL, another 96 Barcola, Neves, Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, and others. Yeah, you're kind of right. And the same thing for Batiste. We get a 95 Antony, SBC, and then a 96 right after. That's a good point actually. You know, I'm not sure how that's going to look. I guess it's going to be similar to their TOTS cards. Maybe they'll do a thing where they re-release their TOTS cards in packs, and then they'll make the other ones like those road to the final cards. I'm not sure. That's interesting. You know, Tottenham was in a unique situation where none of them got TOTS cards. Like, none of them had any. But PSG, there was what, like 7 players or whatever that got team of the season cards. So that's interesting. And Inter, I guess a lot of them got cards too. And also I talked in my video how, you know, it's kind of an interesting dynamic of the Lombardia FC. Like, they're not licensed. So how do they, I guess, tweet out like that the team is out? Like, what do they say? It's kind of interesting, right? I don't know what the limitations of that is, but okay. Moving on here, Los Gallos was 1 win away from Nico and still packed nothing from my rewards. I am sorry. And yeah, weekend league for me this last weekend was just as sweaty as it always has been. It was not easier. Next up here is Luep, who basically says this week his Reds were insane. Rafinha, Hansen, Bellingham, Bonmati, and Valverde. Your rewards pack was crazy. Bellingham was in there. 93 by 5 pack was also Bellingham. You say, now I regret taking Ribery and Ferran at level 40. I mean, yeah, you couldn't have seen this coming. Your pack weight might have just, you got lucky even for the increased pack weight, it looks like. But yeah, Ribery for me, Ribery's good. I wouldn't say he's insane. I think I struggle a lot with the players who are like 5'8" or less, 5'9" or less, because their top end speed to me, it isn't quite as good as say like an Mbappe's top end speed is. Their quick step boost is amazing. So like in short spurts, it's just as good as like anything. But the long range outrunning somebody from the halfway line is like not going to happen with some of those smaller cards. At least just it's harder. And cards are like 6 foot or so, like right around that range, like the perfect height to like outrun and still have a good speed boost. And okay, next up here is It's Shady, who basically, you know, long story short, is talking about how right here, this sentence, half the problem is the game and half the problem is the community, right? And I do think that there is definitely a push and pull there. Love the content, keep up the good work, and encouraging positive discourse about the game. And it's kind of funny because, you know, I shit on EA constantly, and I still, like, yeah, you're right, try and promote and encourage positive discourse. So it's like, how does that, I guess, work in a non-contradictory way, I guess? What I would say is, sorry, was something in my eye. What I would say is that two things can be true at once, where it's like EA, we all can agree, not great. Okay, we all can agree EA kind of suck balls, and they can suck my balls if they want, right? And also a little leak inside my second channel for you second channel folks out there. I was asked by somebody actually to hop on a podcast sponsored by EA. I was really asked to do that, and I didn't reply. I was like, I'm not going to do it. Now, EA didn't ask me themselves. I got asked by somebody else to hop on a podcast with them, sponsored by EA. So I think if EA maybe did their background and like figured out who I was, I wouldn't even let me on anyway. But anyway, a little intel drop in the middle of all of this. But yeah, I think we can all agree that EA, not great, but also we can agree that there are some fun things in this game for sure. And we all can agree that it's better for us to get along, the community, and not be fighting within each other constantly. And I think it's important to promote not being toxic. You know, we're all playing the same game. We're all fighting through the same delay, fighting through the same bullshit. Like, we're all kind of in this together. Like, yes, I understand we're toxic in itself sometimes, but be the bigger person and don't be that way, right? If they want to be toxic, you sit back in silence and say, you know what? I'm going to go up from level 9 to level 10 here, and I'm going to shit on you. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I see. If something gritty's on me, I'm like, okay. You know, the meme where the guy sits up in the chair, like that will be me now. I'm going to shit on you. And that's kind of why when you say down here, you know, half the problem is the game and then half is the community, it's like I definitely agree that we are part of the problem 100%. That's why I kind of want to promote, like, hey, let's not play that way. Like, let's not do that. Let's play the game in a way that actually isn't obnoxious for everybody. I understand that there's like limits to that. Like, for example, is Travella's obnoxious, like gameplay stuff. The gameplay stuff we can't really do anything about, but doing the crazy, you know, toxic shit that you guys are well aware of, that's where it's kind of like, okay, let's like chill the fuck out. Okay, let's just play the game like normal humans to a certain degree, I guess. And I'm not perfect myself in this, like I guarantee you I'm not. Just if we can all work towards that, you know, that's a good step in the right direction. Super Ross says EA giving out good champs rewards and there's only a couple weeks left of the game. Typical. And Jonathan says there's still 4 months left. And yeah, you're kind of both right. Like, a couple weeks left of the game. Some people think the game ends at TOTS, and some people like to play it in the summer because it's actually pretty fun in the summer. But yeah, this is why I think we're going to see an end of an era week, like maybe the week after Ultimate Team of the Season. There's gonna be something after Team of the Season that is like very cool, that will want to get people back on the game, because EA are planning for the, you know, end of Team of the Season drop is my guess. And also a new season comes out like the day before Team of the Season ends. We did just get some pack leaks for that we'll talk about in tonight's video, and it looks kind of insane. So we'll discuss that. Aditya Chowdhury says, I got Pedri from the 4 wins objective. Also, don't understand how Vinny is in TOTS but not Balde, who's a top 3 left back this season. Also, currently 6-2, usually at 4-4. So maybe you're saying champs was a bit easier for you. Okay, it was not for me. Maybe I just played against fucking insane players. Then we got Vizine, I think. Vizine says packed Yamal, Vinny, Bonmati, and got 10 wins. LMAO, enjoy that mid Henri, you glitch rats. Okay, that's an insane reward set. And then Nanu replies, he is the best card in the game, running past defenders like a cheetah on steroids. And Vizine, not even better than my 94 Strike Force 5-5 Zola, dead emoji. So yeah, I don't know, is Henri mid? I was hearing people say he was great, and some people said yeah, he was more on like the good side rather than great. But that is an insane set of 3 rewards that you got there for 10 wins. And then 10th Wonder says, last year there was actually a way more variety of players. I had to look at my old FC24 account, and damn, they fed us well last year. Yeah, so a variety of players, you mean probably like just in terms of like SBCs and stuff like that? Is that what you mean? Or promo teams maybe? Because that definitely could be, because when you think about like the variety this year kind of stems more from evolutions, whereas maybe the promo teams and stuff like that is maybe less variety than maybe last year was. So you might be right about that. I still think this year actually had, well, at least probably until about like the last couple weekends, because of like the Teo Evo, the Henri Evo, there was like a ton of variety actually in evolutions, so that helped a lot with like 3 or 4 players in people's teams were pretty unique to them. And obviously you'll still find players that have 11 players that are not unique, but most of the time you'll find some unique players in there. But yeah, promo team wise, I'm not sure. It could have been way better last year, to be honest with you. Aditya Chowdhury once again says, I think you forgot how good exchanges were last year. I had 800 plus picks regularly and got one if not more of the top 3 players from most Team of the Season leagues, like Vinny, Leao, and Sophia Smith. So you're saying you were menu grinding and you had a fuck ton of picks, right? And honestly, I'm not sure if I said something in this video that made me downplay exchanges, but no, they were pretty great last year. I did them constantly. I menu grinded last year, and you're right, they were fantastic. And I think that would increase fodder prices. I wish that was the way they wanted to increase fodder prices, but the problem is SBC storage plus exchanges. They think that's going to be way too good, which I understand that, but you kind of did, you know, you kind of messed this year up Not gonna lie, like the power curve this year went to fucking insane levels. We've got Fabibi, who says, I got Yokeresh for 6 wins. That's a damn good pull right there. I used Yokeresh last weekend. He was kind of like exactly what you expect. Faster than everybody. Big ass dude. Okay, big ass dude. Eric Barahan. What to do with Thierry Henry now? Question mark. What to do with Thierry Henry now? I don't know. I guess put him in the Evo. I don't know what to do with Thierry Henry. I don't know what you're trying to ask there, Eric. I apologize. Shafta 2010. This does not change the fact that EA ruined TOTS. This TOTS is a 3 out of 10, and I'm seriously considering not buying the game next year. And you're not wrong. And I just voice cracked. This TOTS was not good. Like the midweek content for Team of the Season this year was abhorrent to me. I can't believe how bad it actually was a lot of the time. And I still I'm not able to I don't know. I can't figure out if it's actually because the content sucked penis or if it was the fact that the power curve is so in dire straits that content seemed like it sucked penis, right? I don't know which one it is, but either way, it was pretty bland for like there's like a 3 or 4 day stretch every single Team of the Season where content was just like, you log in and borderline log out after daily login upgrade. Like that's pretty crazy for Team of the Season for it to be that way. We got HTX Con. Yeah, the objective player picks are crazy. I packed Red Yamal, Red Hansen. Yeah, they were definitely buffed this week. Shafta once again. So you got Henri at his peak and now Tiki Mbappe. Strip and run. You are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. I still owe you something. It's been like, well, I don't know how many fucking months it's been. WSen pack weight was ass. Didn't pack anyone decent. I apologize. I think it was increased this weekend, but if you packed nothing, then you probably just got really unlucky, and I apologize. And same thing with Dale Dance here. Didn't get anything good. My best was Koundé. I apologize. That sucks. And we've got Chingy from Australia. Here he is. They finally did it. Day 240 of a 94 rated Vardy because 11 Evo. So he finally fit in an Evo for you. Congratulations, Chingy. So I know that you didn't like the end of an era Vardy, or I don't remember why that was. I think he had like less play styles maybe if that was the case, but now he's 94, so congratulations, because I think it was, yeah, we're like day 230 of 89 Vardy, now up to 94. Congratulations, my friend. We've got default writer Fred is the best CDM in the game. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe he is. I maybe I need to try him out. Creed says half-ass comments video comment, do an Evo show off. Plenty of crazy unique ones now. I'm definitely doing one of these. I'm going to probably ask in my next daily video. I think I'm going to ask you guys to send me your Evos. And I think we'll upload it on this channel as well. I'm definitely going to do that because I actually am very curious to see your guys' Evos. Yugi says, guess I'm running it back with the ladies again. Win or lose, they're playing for that pick. So you're just saying like you're trying to make the most meta team possible, I think. Is that what you're trying to say with the ladies there? I'm not sure, but yeah, get those picks, get those rewards out there. Creed, once again, I did not pack a single Spurs promo team card, which is kind of crazy considering all the good packs I opened. How low is the pack weight to not even pack the goalkeeper? Obviously trying to create that FOMO. Probably expected people to blast store packs to get one. They definitely did. And that's the thing, is it's always a fine balance. Like I think it's a good idea to drop these for a limited time. Actually, I know that that's literally just a FOMO inducer. I totally get that. But if we can at least spread the word that that is what they're trying to do, then like I think it's not quite as bad if we're like, hey, they're trying to induce FOMO here, so like try your best not to get that FOMO because it's like a psychological trick, right? But I do think at the same time it is also fun to have rewards out for like 3 days, right? It's like, hey, if you're on the game, if you play every day, like we're kind of rewarding you in a sense because you have the best chance to pack him or pack any of those Europa League Spurs players. But if the pack weight sucks, and that kind of negates that as well, and the pack weight was pretty bad on those Spurs players. Now of course they were very, very good. They were all what, 95 and 96 rated or something like that. So of course they were very good, so that maybe played a part in that. Yes, you're right. At the end of the day, they obviously are only introducing things in the game because they want you to blast store packs. So of course that's the main thing there, but I still think it's like it was like a throwback to man of the match cards, which I still think is like a really cool thing they should do more often, and hopefully they do it for the Champions League and the Conference League. That's what the leakers say they're going to do. But yeah, the pack weight's bad. Obviously that's, you know, that's never fun. And next up here is White Rex. EA has done such a good job this year. They should throw an office party for all the developers. At this party, they should play Russian roulette till everyone loses, you know, because inclusivity. Okay. I do not condone what White Rex said there. Thank you for the kind words. Really appreciate you. But YouTube in GTA, play Russian roulette in GTA. Okay. Next up is G Slang. Another reason other than the extra picks is that this team is just so much better than the others. Yeah, I can agree with that too. And maybe just because it's so good, I guess your odds might be better is what you're trying to say. That could be a reason maybe. Kenix Gaming. I play on PC and a hacker scored 3 goals on me with a bronze team. They have all 99 stats and then disconnected me. I never get more than 9 wins, so getting a 93/5 player pick is really good, sorry, but I did not get it because of a hacker. And yeah, that undoubtedly sucks. I mean, what more can you say other than that sucks ass? I mean, I apologize if that happened to you. Next up, we got Diamond Plays. I know I'm going to get clowned for this, but my best champs placement this year was 7 wins. I just got back into Div 2 and I got my best champ start ever. I went 4-1 on Friday and I'm too scared to play champs. Am I stupid? Also, gameplay was so good on Friday, but now it feels terrible. Am I stupid? No. So you're just feeling, you know, you want to get better at the game. You want to get better and you're feeling the like, oh, I might be improving. Now I'm in an uncharted territory. I'm a little bit nervous now. And that happens. That happened to me when I was trying to get better at FUT champs in FIFA 17 and 18 and I was in uncharted territory. I was nervous, like almost a little scared to play. I'm like, oh my God, I want to do so much better than I have been. I feel like I'm doing better. That's kind of like your competitive nature coming out a little bit. So no, you're not stupid, but also like clowning on you for the best champs placement being 7 wins. If anyone clowns on you for that, bro, just say you have a life. Okay, just say you touch grass. I get 13, 14 wins a weekend. Just say I'm a low life fucking loser. Okay, that's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say, and I will agree with you. We've got Heartful 13, your view of 10 and 5 being your worst champs yet. Well, I finally got over that hump and reached 10 wins for the first time this year, and last week I had 6, felt exhilarating. Rewards did pay out as well. Jude, Nico, Hansen, Alvarez, Koundé, tradable 97 Rafinha, good lord. Best champs ever. Shout out end of an era Vardy having parties at the competition. Yeah, that's always, you know, fun. That's one of the things that with the competitive nature of this game can always be a rewarding piece of it. This would happen a lot more often if the gameplay was consistent and wasn't as random as it is now, is that like when you improve at the game, get better, get a better champs placing, and then get better rewards because of it too, that's when it's like super rewarding to you. But the problem is it's kind of a two-pronged problem. You've got the I can improve at the game yet get unlucky a lot and still like almost finish worse than my last weekend league's finish. And then also, if I happen to have a great weekend league, like you said, I finally get 10 and 5. Last week I had 6. I can get absolutely nothing in my rewards. And it's like, what was the point? Did I get anything different? Not really. Apart from my pride, it's like, yeah, I finished 10 and 5, but nothing to show for it really. So that's kind of a two-pronged competitive FIFA problem that I'm not sure how they address. How do you make it less RNG and who gets better rewards? But then does it become play to win that way? Like the better players just have, you know, insane teams. It's kind of like, I don't know what the best way to do that is, but also you need to find a balance there that I'm not sure EA has found that balance yet. And this weekend maybe was that balance where it's like you get extra picks for better wins and the picks seem to be better. So like the lower guys still had a good chance to get somebody good, but also the top players had a really good chance. So I don't know. It's a hard problem to solve, but I think that it should be maybe slightly more balanced to the competitive side, because if you want to make this game so competitive like they do, then you might as well make it rewarding to be better, right? You might as well. We've got Tram support next. I have 95 Henri, 5-5 finesse, low driven, rapid, and quick step plus. I think you and about 50% of the chat has that 95 Henri at 5-star, 5-star. And if you know, how good is he? Is he insane, great, good, fine? You know, let me know what you think. Next up is Kenneth Lamy. Kenneth Lamy. My question would be, are you doing the tradable pack grind you were talking about a couple of weeks ago, or did everyone just give up on it? Also, keep up the good work. I was doing it for a while, actually. I was doing it for longer than I said in my videos I was, and I made quite a bit of coins off of it. It's really just a money printing method if you want to put in the time for it and you have pill tools, because that actually makes it like slower, or sorry, not slower, faster to do. So it actually allows you to make coins off of it. Though you can keep doing it as long as you want. It's just if you get bored from it, then you kind of get bored from it, but it still works 100%. It's maybe not quite as good because silvers don't sell for 500 now, but at the same time it'll still make you coins. And if you pack something good out of it, then obviously, you know, it's really the only way to tradable pack grind in this game. So to a certain degree, it's like, you know, if you pack something crazy in it, then of course it's going to be worth it, but that's not going to be very easy to do. Zero restart. EA need to fix their servers. I couldn't unlock the 1 of 5 La Liga pick from the objectives due to my game disconnecting without any Wi-Fi issues. We've known for a while now the servers are, you know, utter horse shit. Next up here is Kenix Gaming. 7:30 exchanges. I think what he is trying to say here is that at 7:30 I said something about like fun in the game, like what would be adding fun. Exchanges, he's saying, would be adding fun. I agree with you. Next up we got Zensko got 8 wins and a cheeky Red Hansen and Rudiger. Congratulations, my friend. Next up is Patrick Waugh. It was weird. I won more games by blowouts than ever before, but I also feel like some of my opponents were better than I usually match up against. Ended up 8 and 7, usually hover between 8 to 10 wins. Got Mbappe, Valverde, and some trash can, and Rudiger from Reds. So you got Mbappe. Yeah, it's insane. Seems like some things are maybe like evening out there, I guess, maybe. Winning games by blowouts and some harder opponents, maybe. Not really too sure. And then Mr. Hamdoon, I think, is talking about how, you know, they held back on SBCs this year. Casinos are shit. He got terrible picks in his icon picks, and they're holding out on dropping big SBCs. I think to try and get you to do some of those casino SBCs, but I honestly have no idea as to why we have not seen big SBCs. I don't know. My only guess is that they don't like how much storage we have right now, and they're trying to get you to waste it on stuff like that. I don't know. Next up is Kiki. What's the point of tradable packs on PC right now? 88s are 1K for squad battles. Yeah, we talked about this in today's video, and it is the price range algorithms. Like, they're kind of weird on PC. Yeah, they changed now a little bit since the new icon pick, but yeah, it's not great. Next up is Clyde Vaughn. Any chance you could show us your 4-2-2 tactics, please? Yeah, it's the same as, like, I think my last tactics video might have been on my second channel. It's a 4-2-2. The right cam is on Shadow Striker. The left cam is on half winger. The 2 CDMs are on deep lying playmaker, and that's it. Like, that's the only instructions you need to know. Advanced forward strikers, like the normal stuff for the rest of the tactics. And I think 70 depth. I want to say 70 depth. Post patch is what I've been rocking so far. We got Balos Warlock. My red rewards were still shit. Must only be boosted for the higher end whiners. Hey, higher end whiners, I'm at least an S tier whiner. I'm not higher end. Okay, that's disrespectful. Next up, Darren Ferguson. Personally, I loved the play side of the objective. I could relax when completing the objective. Yes, I only got 6 wins. I don't play champs consecutively, but still walked away with decent rewards. And yeah, the objective itself, like the extra pick you get, obviously is great. I think what I meant more so is that you can do that pick in like another way to where it's not, oh yeah, if someone gets DC'd, they're fucked. Or if someone wants to leave the game, they're fucked. Like, I think a rivals reward of like, hey, 15 rivals games or 10 rivals games, right? Something like that, where if you DC, it's not a problem. You still get it, just takes more time. That to me would be better, but absolutely the objective itself, like the pick you get, is undoubtedly great. And next up is Admiralic, I want to say. Says a good point. He's talking about, besides Weekend League and Rivals, when you're done with that, there is nothing to do. And you're absolutely right. This has been the biggest issue with FC or FIFA since the introduction of Rivals and Champs, and since the elimination of Cups. This has been the #1 issue, is that if you're a hardcore player and you grind out your Champs, and say Champs is only 2 or 3 days, you grind out your Rivals on a Monday or Tuesday, what the fuck do you do the other 4 days? You have nothing to do if the menu grind isn't good or interesting, right? So I mean, that's one of the biggest issues EA have had for years now, and hopefully next year that is going to be fixed. Noello Sunday says it's amazing how broken gameplay is. They ignore it to fix an Evo glitch that was bringing people back to the game because you could make a player you choose special and unique. Instead, they just want you to shut up and consume product. It's like they forgot a game is meant to be fun. And you're preaching, just some punctuation would have helped, but you're absolutely preaching there. Yeah, the shut up and consume product is like one of my favorite sayings. I think Angry Joe said that, if you know Angry Joe. Don't ask questions, just consume next product. Rude Awakenings, you deserve that. I got Vinny from an 81+ pick. Thanks, man. I'm glad you got Vinny. And I still have not played with my Mbappe yet, believe it or not. I have not played with that card yet, but I will tonight. Nicholas says, my best pull is still Musiala. Serie A and La Liga has not been good to me. I apologize. That's you know, you probably got very unlucky there. Bong Clay says the same thing. He got absolute crap with rank 3. Once again, I'm sorry. I think you guys just got quite unlucky. Adrian Morris got sick of packing absolutely fuck all, grinding all the time to get Nout. Then you see these streamers with EA Sports star codes always packing the marquee marquee players every promo. The rest of us pack fodder. One last thing is Milinkovic-Savic, hands down, best keeper in the game. So you're making the accusations here that there's some secret EA employees out there apparently. Oh, come on, they would never. I don't know what you're talking about. And I've not used Vanja yet, but Vanja is still in my nightmares. Every night I see him running at me, closing me down, closing the space down, and unconsensual intercourse with me. Darsh says FUT Champs awards are good, but servers for trash for me this weekend. Servers are bad every weekend, so I'm not surprised. Graham Frost, I done icon pick and coast. I was bored, got Vieira. Okay, what am I dyslexic? What's going on here? I'm glad you got Vieira though. Glad you got Vieira. And Rajon Stooley, happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I can't read, and all of a sudden it's my fucking birthday. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Monty Matata, sick and tired of opening a pack, seeing the blue Tots flare, knowing it's utter rubbish before I even see the card. That is a good point. Most of Tots flares you're going to get are absolute fucking shite. Then Monty, once again, that Nep guy goes from hating the game to loving it weekly. My guy pretends to be on both sides. And yeah, I don't watch Nep anymore. I used to watch the Penthes back in the day. He's a legend still to the community, but I don't know how. I don't know his opinions of the game. I don't know what he says or not says. And then Matt's song here, he got he got DC'd yesterday, so no pick for him. Also, I have life and work, so missed out on Re by literally 3 minutes. Yeah, you had a bad day there. I apologize. That does not sound like fun. DFA Sparrow, R9 haircut. Listen, one day when I'm married, I can guarantee you personally, if you're still at this point in the video, when I'm married, which by the way, I'm not getting married for like another year, and pictures are done, she's stuck with me, okay? R9 haircut has a big chance of happening. I'm probably gonna be a sub goal, something like that, but it's got a chance, okay? I just didn't expect to get like engaged during this time. I've got engagement pictures coming up in like a week. I go see her friends. I've got a haircut that looks like my fucking asshole. Like, I mean, I can't do it, okay? The warden would have been livid with me and threw my ring right off her finger and fucking chucked it in the water, okay? I had no choice, guys. I had no choice. 123, my ninja. This was my first rank 2 this year. IDKF matchmaking was easier for me, or I was just playing better, but my rewards were worse than my rank 3 or 4 rewards, and that's the thing we talked about earlier, where it's like, yeah, you improve, go from 11 wins to 13 wins, or 10 wins to 14 wins even, and your rewards end up being, you know, worse than previously. And then Doc and Rum here had a bad experience this weekend. This weekend convinced me to never care about the game again. It's embarrassing to get angry over a video game. There's no point putting in the effort and getting invested in something that is so broken. And you are right to a certain extent, 100%. When I say certain extent, I mean like you're pretty much exactly right there. Because the only thing I was gonna say is like, it's okay to get angry over a video game, but you just have to be aware eventually that like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Then it's not that big of a deal. Like you're not in much control of your players as much as you would want to be, or in some years you are. So it's okay to initially feel angry. Just remember to yourself, which you probably did, just remember like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Then we got another Doc here. Doc says, I got a freeze off in my 9th game, so I restarted and it gave me the loss. Exactly. Every like, I want to say maybe once every couple of months, I get that thing where it's like, it might be less than that, but it's maybe like 3-4 times a year I'll get the glitch where the game ends and you're kind of just like stuck there. So yeah, it's a freeze off like you talked about, where whoever disconnects first like gets the loss and you're just kind of stuck there. And of course, if that happens to you this weekend, sorry, no pick for you. And then Juan Cruz says here, they should just do, if it's a tied game and the opponent quits, you get the win. They should do that, but they won't do that. So the reason, if you guys don't know why they won't do that, why they won't implement draw quits being wins, is because they're afraid of a no loss glitch being a thing where you basically can just DC out of the game and you'll get the win immediately, which still like exists. Like those still do exist. They're just rarer, and they're worried that if this draw quit will be a thing, it'll be very easy to take advantage of that when that glitch comes out and it becomes well known. And say a day of champs is out before they can fix that glitch and everyone gets 15-0 rewards. That can be a bit market breaking potentially. So that's the only reason why there is no win off of a draw quit as like an actual feature in the game. It should be a thing, but they're just scared that there's going to be some sort of glitch they can't fix in time. And that's the only reason we've seen that. And right now, that's why it's like, oh yeah, 45th minute plus and other shit like that. A lot of stipulations behind it. And they even said in that blog post, they were like, hey, if this is not working, we're going to take this away potentially. So they're very much not trying to fix that, or at least like apprehensive to fix it, right? Next up is Lawson. I warn all of you, take Ribery at level 40. I got a 92 French CDM in Women's La Liga. Yeah, the packs can fuck you over. The packs really can give you some absolute horse. Now, Neil says, my dupe storage is constantly full, nothing lower than an 86. Also have 500 packs to open, and I can't as no SBCs get near my bench, never mind my team. And you're exactly right. The reason behind this, I don't know. I don't know if it's some sort of dupe storage thing where they're scared of giving us great SBCs because of that, because they know many of our dupe storages are constantly full, but I don't understand. I mean, there has to be some reason, and I don't know the reason behind it. I don't know. And an MNKY, he DC'd one of his games, didn't get the 2 picks, or didn't get 2 of the picks. Yeah, that blows. Ant Roberts, I still got dreadful champs rewards after 10 wins. I think you got unlucky. I apologize. That sucks. Faros Alt, next Evo vid. We talked about that. It probably will be in a day or 2 if I had to guess, when I'll ask you guys to send me the Evos. Gator Doc, another big reason Vinny is so cheap is because Nico is free. Basically the same card. I think you're not wrong there. I think though, like 10 wins, how many people get 10 wins in champs? I don't know the exact like number of players that get 10 wins in champs, because like wasn't that what the win stipulation was? Was it 10 wins for Nico Williams? Is that like a good amount, or is that like not many? I would lean towards not very many people get 10 wins, but I guess I don't know. You know, it's kind of just speculation. Rose and Mary J, they definitely weren't boosted. Talking about the champs rewards, I do think they were. I think it's pretty obvious, honestly, that they were when looking at like the grand scheme of things. But once again, you could definitely have gotten unlucky and gotten dog shit, 100%. And then yeah, Aryan or Arhun, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. Why did I rage quit so much in champs? I could have got the 15 objective. Yep. Yeah. Now make sure you're reading the objectives here. Okay, you know, you're looking at the OBJs before you go into champs. Okay, very important. And I asked in this video, like, do you guys care about what the other team is running? Like, does that matter to you that the other team is running the same teams continuously? And Gator Docs, like, I barely pay attention to it. Matters a little for strategy, but not much else. Don't care what players they have, more so what formation they are running. That I kind of agree with that too. That if, say, there was a meta formation that was like 3-5-2 and it was like park the bus and everyone's running that would be far more annoying to me than like everyone running the same teams. I think that would, for me, would be the case. We got Soccer Deco. Is Rivals bugged right now? Just faced 5 teams in a row that overall rating was below 80 and they all rage quit before the game even started. Could have been some sort of no loss glitch potentially there. I'm not exactly sure what the reason. I'm guessing it wasn't bugged. I'm guessing you probably played either hackers or like people who are DCing and doing a no loss glitch or something of the sort, I guess. Gamer Skull, it's crazy I have not packed a Golf Mbappe in 2 years and I'm coming across tits. I'm coming across tits Mbappe every 5th game. Well, hey, tits Mbappe sounds good. I mean, I don't know. Tits Mbappe sounds pretty cool to me. Facu Torres, 4 wins and you got Vinny. Okay, yeah, that shit's juice, bro. That shit is juice as hell. And lost ones, even with boosted rewards, my best was Rudiger. Yeah, that's the dichotomy right there. 4 wins, Vinny. You probably got like 8 wins, 10 wins, 11 wins, Rudiger. That sucks. Facu Torres, my stomach hurt like hell, so I gave away a free win mid-game in a game I definitely could have won, and I don't get the extra pick. So I'm guessing you didn't know that the pick was 15 games or whatever. Yeah, just make sure you're double checking before you hop into any games. Just make sure you're double checking what objectives you can get. Heartful 13, I think I replied to this comment in my daily video that day. Facu Torres back again. The only player I got from the 93x5 who's usable is Lewis Skelly. The game's gone. I apologize, but you got Red Vinny, okay? Game's not gone. You got Red Vinny. Paul Scales found Weekend League slightly easier. Usually rank 4 to 5, sorry. Finished rank 3. Okay. Interesting. For me, had like, I had a harder experience, but most people said that was not the case. Mikey says, very sexist of EA if they don't do the same thing with Arsenal women that they did with the Spurs bitches. Yeah, not gonna lie. EA is very inclusive, right? Where the hell is the Women's Champions League? Where the fuck is that at, EA? All right, my ass, you're inclusive. I want a Black Stinius with 5-5 and fucking Rapid Plus. Where is she? Okay, there's no excuses. Scott Batty is next. He says he likes his Butra Evo more than the Henri Evo. He's so fast, small, and deadly. Hey, Butra is very good in this game. This comment kills me. Miguel Costa, bro, love your vids, but your tone is just not that good. Love. I'm sorry, my tone's not that good. Thanks for the kind words, but I'm sorry, my tone's not that good. I wish I could change my tone of voice for you. And this is Mark Mack is here with a long comment. He says that this market means nothing to EA, hence all the fear of EA removing the market. He also says, I'll go on record, this year has been the best for content. Okay. He says he's always played passion teams is the best year for like passion teams, right? The problem is not the content. The problem is that players don't want parity and options. They want holy grail juiced cards you spend thousands of dollars or hours to attain, but then are genuinely the most cracked card. That's the old pack rush paradigm, and he wants EA to get rid of that. I think what you're undoubtedly right about is that if you're a player who uses fun teams and like only cares about, say, for example, a Sunderland team who got promoted, let's say, I don't know, a Notts County team, this is the best year for you you've probably ever seen. So to a certain extent, yes, you're right. The content for you probably is one of the better years of all time easily. And I don't know what the balance is for, like, you know, having that same sort of fun in Evolutions and then also having a better market, maybe having a better power curve. I don't know what that balance looks like. Maybe it's not even possible, honestly. Maybe it literally is impossible. But instinctually in my head, I'm like, it's got to be at least a little bit more balanced than this. But really, I'm just not even that sure. Yashar says, almost every player at Henri for me, honestly, was mostly useless. Yeah, I had some problems with Henri. He was very fast, but he wasn't like some ridiculous striker that I played against. I'm like, wow, this card is broken. So I'm not really sure. And then Mario says here, I think that I think he was doing the glitch and then they patched it while you were doing it. Yeah, he won't appear because he's not an Evo player. They robbed my 9-goal and 5-5 to Rom. Yeah, they did end up patching the Evo glitch there. And then Patty on a Bun says, I'm a Leia Williamson truther because she had Payor and Pina in her pocket. Hey, congratulations to Arsenal. I was giving no fly zone or the 85 Bears. What a comparison there. The 85 Bears to Leia Williamson and the Arsenal women's back line. Pure passion. You know what? You love to see that. Patty on a Bun. Hey, I'm glad Arsenal won the Champions League. Unfortunately, you will not be getting cards for that because EA don't like women. I'll say here first, EA, sexist company, okay? Super sexist. Kylo says, congrats on the M PayPal. Thank you. Agent says, hi, JFC, and I got Ezak for my 93/5. Hey, congratulations. Glad you got Alexander Ezak. Next up is Cap Ash Designs. I think the market is cooked because people don't want to buy expensive cards and lose millions of coins every time. That's part of it too, is that why would you want to buy a 4 million, let's say, I don't know, Tots, or let's say a special Mbappe, Team of the Year Mbappe for 3 million coins. Well, actually, that's probably another bad example. Let's say a Team of the Season that just came out, like a Team of the Season Yamal. Say he was 7 mil when he came out, you go and buy him, and now 2 days later he's 3.5 mil. That can be a pretty big incentive not to. For example, Harry Kane. Harry Kane was, I think, 4 mil when he was in packs, and then post packs, like 5 days later, was like 1.8. So that can be a big reason as to why you wouldn't want to buy expensive cards. So that probably adds in another factor to it, right? Anton Gregory, Champs difficulty felt the exact same. If you can't win 2 playoffs matches, chances are you probably can't win 1, and that's a good point. If somehow 2 was like the point where you couldn't get in, is 1 going to be the point where you can get in? Probably wasn't that much different. There's probably some players that could have gotten in, but not that many. We got Tariq Alfara, the Manu Ginobili. The Manu pack weight is utter garbage. A few weeks left in this garbage of a game, and EA want us to spend money in the store because there's morons who still do that. Listen, I agree with you. People who spend money in May need help, okay? Need to see a therapist. Protaku says he packed Mbappe twice. So all of you who out there who packed Rudiger as your best player or Courtois, there's Protaku here who got Mbappe twice. So you can thank him for taking up all your Mbappe pack weight. And holy shit, what's his comment here? We've got a long one from Budlog. Some of my ideas, some of me ideas to improve FC 27. And I'll read your first sentence here. So new mode with an ultimate team or revamped draft, hopefully next year. That looks to be possibly the case here. Offline world tour mode, standalone down outside of Ultimate Team. Okay. If you guys want to read through this on your own, you sure can. An integration with Manager Career Mode. So combining Ultimate Team with Manager Career Mode, I'm sure Career Mode fans who don't play Ultimate Team would absolutely fucking hate that idea, but I think Ultimate Team fans who play Career Mode would probably like that idea a lot. By quickly reading through your ideas, I mean, they're not bad ideas. I think they're definitely not bad ideas. And the only reason I'm not going to read this whole thing is just because I'm trying to get to everyone's comments, but thank you, Budlog, for, you know, leaving that comment. Appreciate that. Real Ronnie Pickering says, you know, he took a break from the game and it's been great. That's good, okay? Sometimes people's mental health gets affected by this game, and take a break, come back later and see if it's better. Taking breaks is very, very important. Okay, I think we're on to our next video now. So I said in the comments of this video, I'm like, is Yamal going to be 86 next year, or is he going to be higher than that? And most of you said like 86, 87. He wins Ballon d'Or, should be 90. It says Travis Scott, big fan, by the way, definitely 87. He wins Ballon d'Oro, should be 90. Yeah, very curious to see what they'll do with him next year. But okay, Default Writer, why is gameplay so bad? My players take touches of a cow. Gameplay sucks. That's all I can say. I have noticed for myself recently that I need first touch playstyle on my players. If you don't have first touch, you might have an extra problem there, but this is one of those things again where it's like, should we really need to have first touch as a play style to make our players feel okay on the ball? Like, that's where play styles kind of has its cons to me, where it's like the basic stuff they can't even do without play styles. But anyway, Joshua Abbott, I played the cup today and 3 people refused to do golden goal, which was really annoying. I don't know why people would not do golden goal. And the same amount of thumbs up down here, Dad plays FIFA, no one owes you golden goal, buddy. And I think both these things are true, okay? No one owes you golden goal, but also it is nice to play golden goal and have that sort of like camaraderie. I guess camaraderie is kind of a dumb word, but have that sort of agreement between each player. So like, okay, you score first, I'll back out. I score first, you back out, right? But at the same time, you know, players can obviously play what they want to play like. It's hard to be like, I guess, too upset about it, but at the same time, yeah, it's annoying. I guess there's no real right way to do it when you either are going to play golden goal or you're not gonna play golden goal, I guess. I don't really know. We got Jacob Jones. Hopefully with Messi and CR7 we get some end of an era SBCs. Seems fitting to be celebrating legacies. Now, yeah, the thing is, like, what era is ending? They aren't retiring, so I don't know if that'll happen, but TOTS cards, we're gonna see TOTS cards for them. But yeah, I do think we'll see an end of an era week coming up here at some point, and it won't be those two probably, but it will be like the Modric and Trent and stuff like that. And okay, scrolling up here, we have got Default Writer again. I couldn't get 15 games played. I DC'd my 13th game. Yep, we've talked about that already. That, yeah, not ideal. 77 Ace, the GOAT. Only one GOAT, and that's Messi. And listen, I agree with you. Okay, I think Messi obviously is the GOAT. I think that, I mean, I've got his jersey behind me on my right shoulder right now. But hey, I say the GOATs because, like, I'm not here for the GOAT debate. You know, if you picked Ronaldo, are you gonna change your mind post World Cup? Like, probably not. You know, so you just pick who you want to and then fucking go from there. Even though for me, I do think it's Messi, obviously. And then Bossify, well, the GOATs are coming, said the livestock breeder. Insane intro. Yeah, I freestyled that one. Thanks though. Thanks for the compliment. Is CR7 retiring or just leaving Saudi? Apparently he might not even leave Saudi. He might just go to like Al Hilal, I think is where he might go. Like, he might change teams within the Saudi league, apparently. I think that's the newest rumor. I saw Fabrizio Romano talk about that. He might go somewhere else though, but I think I saw he might just stay in the Saudi league. And then JW again, you know, we need Modric and KDB. Yeah, I agree with you for sure. Creed says, I hear the sadness in your voice when you speak about Alex Morgan. At least she's a shoe-in for an icon. You might just have to wait a year. Hang in there, buddy. Yeah, thanks. Could you tell? If we're gonna have women in FIFA, Alex Morgan's a staple. All right, she better be in there. She better be an icon, and a high-rated icon at that. And if you're in this far in the video, I have a little announcement to make. So Yugi, first things first, where's the horror stream or the butter eating? We are waiting. My announcement is that the horror stream, I'm actually gonna stream it live. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to stream it on my main channel. It's probably gonna be like in a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. It'll be something like that. I'll announce it obviously on my main channel's videos, but that's what I'm actually gonna do here. I'm gonna stream my horror game, and I'm gonna try and figure out what horror game to play, but I'm going to actually live stream it, not make it into a video. So that's hopefully gonna be, pretty fun. So wanted to bring that up to you guys right now. And then we got Trini Ace here talking about how they're being petty with removing the Evo glitch. One of the few positives during TOTS. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. Nobody was complaining about this. That's the funny thing, is like literally nobody was complaining. It's one of those things where EA just they probably plan on in a couple of weeks time making a TOTS Evo that's 94 rated or 95 rated, so that can kind of be a cool piece of content. And obviously if we can do that now, then that won't make it as cool in a couple of weeks. So it just was one of those things where they're trying to release a content schedule, and that made things ahead of schedule. They want to change it up and patch it so that when we get to that point, then it's kind of a cool new thing that they add into the game. But yeah, I mean, it is pretty petty. And then, yeah, Domino's, it was petty as fuck. I totally agree with you. Connor Mack, remember, it is school holidays at the moment, so more players in game. That is true. It was a Monday, right? So more players technically in the game if it's a holiday like that. So maybe it was actually like genuinely some heavy server traffic there. Maybe that's actually what it was. Okay, going up here. Giorgio Coots, I apologize. Been doing all SBCs since Friday, plus rewards. Still have not packed a decent La Liga promo card. What the fuck is this pack weight? And a lot of the replies were just talking about how, yeah, they've given up basically. I can't pack anything. And that's been the consensus, is that like the pack weight for La Liga has been pretty bad apart from the champs rewards. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's what EA do, man. But then again, here's Awesome Force, who's packed, I think, the whole fucking, all the best players. I mean, like, look at his pack weight here. I mean, he's been insane. Shaqiri, Vinny, Mbappe, keep going on. Bonmati, I mean, it's insane. So sometimes you just need to be lucky. Sometimes you just get unlucky. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And Youngish here on my 15th game of champs, up 3-1, 82nd minute, DC, lose rank 3, don't get the pick, F this company, F it right in the pooper with a, okay. You're not wrong, but I shouldn't say that, okay? I probably can't say that. Now, Jamie, SBC section needs a total revamp. Is that true? Does the whole section need a total revamp? I'm not sure if it needs a total revamp, but needs some improvements. I can agree with that for sure. I don't even know what a total revamp would even look like. Craig Barnes just simply put, mommy. I don't know who you're talking about, but oh wait, was it Alex Morgan? Yeah, okay. Now I see what you're saying now. We got Stelio, who says the game is constantly crashing. I restarted the game over 10 times in 30 minutes. What is going on with EA this year? It's every year, okay? The crashing, it's not finished. The game's never finished when it comes out, because it's a yearly release game and they've got a few hundred employees and they got to make a new game every fucking year, and it's just a disaster, okay? It's literally like impossible for the game to be finished when it comes out because they don't have enough people working on it, and it's a yearly release cycle. No excuses because they make billions of dollars, but just speaking realistically here, it's kind of ridiculous. The Malik, today's content is boring. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, almost every day's content for TOTS has been boring, apart from like Fridays and Saturdays. Maybe a Sunday with like an icon pick here or there. I don't know. Thanks EA. Ranger says, love yours and Nick the future accountant vids. First thing in the morning in Scotland. Keep it up. And then Monty replies and says, please do not compare the shill Nate the fraud accountant to JFC. JFC's a man of morals, sorry, and tells it how it is. Now listen, I like to think of myself as that. I doubt that I'm sure I've got biases. I've got things I need to work on. I mean, that's how everybody is, but I don't watch Nate's videos. I know he works with EA sometimes, so I'm gonna assume that, yeah, there might be a little bit of a soft spot there that you hopefully wouldn't be the case, but you can't not assume that there would be a soft spot there. But Rangers, I'm honored to be part of your morning routine. I'm absolutely honored. And then Mayan says, once again here, there's only one go to football, and it's Messi. I agree with you. All right, I agree. Assassin says the cup was easy, even though it's a mystery ball. It wasn't that difficult. Some play golden goal, others don't. I don't even know if I want to play the mystery ball cup, bro. We got Bizugi, who says, man, they are really making people want to play and get the game next year with these playstyle changes. Yeah, what was like the best playstyle changes there? Maybe like, I guess Yamal gaining technical. You got Cole Palmer getting incisive pass. I think Messi getting tiki-taka is very cool. Same with like Pedri and De Jong. I think that's pretty damn cool. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they end up doing actually with the playstyle changes, because last year I'd say like the majority majority of them were pretty spot on, but there were like 3, 4, 5 of them that just were not correct. So I wonder which ones will come to fruition and which ones will end up just not being true, you know? Next up is G Slang. So glad I was not in the middle of weekend league during match server fuckery. That play 15 probably cooked a lot of people, and it absolutely did. So that's what makes it way worse to me, is that they dropped that play 15 objective in a weekend where the servers go out twice. They went out twice that weekend. It's like that obviously makes it even worse, especially when they just do it to themselves. It's not even like it's like, oh, the servers went down and then there's nothing we can do because it's like the weekend league set up this way. So you can make the objective different. It doesn't have to be a play 15 objective to where if you DC, you're fucked. It's like you can make a different objective there. And then Real Ronnie Pickering, I think we talked about this comment already, like a break was needed for him, and that's good to see. And I think there's a comment up here too, who was a Cyber FM. Yeah, this is the same thing. Like, I have no urge to play, 10 times happier since I broke the cycle. And listen, this is why you need to find a balance. Okay, if this game is just straight up not good for you, then it's not good for you and you shouldn't play it. But I think what many people will find out is that this game in more moderation is a lot more fun and just a lot more just chill. Honestly, this game in moderation for most people is going to be just way more of a rewarding experience compared to, I play this game for 4 hours a day every day. You're probably going to go insane. You're probably going to tear your eyes out if you do that consistently. So that's why I personally don't do that myself. I make videos in this game every day and I play this game not even every day. I hop on every day to see what the content is, but playing this game genuinely, I don't play this game every single day without fail hopping into gameplay. I don't do that myself. And back down here we got SJ. Wish we had goalkeeper upgrades. My favorite keepers are useless now. And it's one of those things where I think goalkeeper evos would be cool. I do agree though that there would be some like 6'9 keeper that's a bronze that would be like overpowered, or 6'10 keeper who's a bronze might be overpowered or something like that if goalkeeper evos existed. I definitely understand that, but at the same time I wonder if they could, you know, have a little bit of limitation to that while still allowing you to say, if you're running a Notts County team, to be like, hey, I want my bronze keeper to be usable in my Notts County team, and then you can make him usable. I wish there was a way to do that still while finding a balance somewhat on like having a 6'10 bronze keeper turning into a fucking god. You know, that would suck too. So it's hard to balance that. I wonder what they do with that coming into next year. Next up here is Dulane. I think my exams start tomorrow. Wish me luck. You know what? Good luck, Dulane. I think you are going to absolutely knock it out of the park. You have JFC's stamp of approval, okay? You're going to knock it out of the park. We've got Asiful, GOATs, question mark. Come on, let's be real. No disrespect to Cristiano. He's undeniably one of the greatest, but let's not pretend he's on the same level as Messi, Maradona, Pele, or R9. Different league entirely. Listen, I think Messi's the GOAT, okay? I agree. You guys can discuss this in the comment section, all right? You guys can discuss whoever should be in the GOAT tier, okay? You guys can discuss that. And then DJS, bro, I still can't get used with your voice. Seems too perfect, seems AI enhanced. Well done, and cheers for the content. And I don't know if that's a compliment or if that's like a negative thing, that my voice seems AI enhanced. What if I was AI this whole time? I responded to his comment. I've been AI this whole time. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm just a fucking program this whole goddamn time. But I think it's a compliment, so you know what? I appreciate it. Honestly, I appreciate it. And Johnny Bravo, whoa, mama. More playstyles, more roles equals more disaster awaits. If you don't stop buying their products now, the FIFA community is fucked. Yeah, more playstyles, more roles equals more disaster awaits. That you're totally right about. I totally agree with that. I mean, of course, there's a theoretical world, okay? There is a world where they balance it all out, and it actually isn't that bad. I see that comment sometimes, or I see comments sometimes where it's like they're not wrong, whereas they say it can work and like it actually, or I like playstyles, or I like roles because of X, Y, or Z. And I think best case scenario, like, sure, I think they can work fine. Just, do you think EA can provide the best case scenario in these situations? I don't personally think so. We've seen so far that I don't think they can. So that's where it comes in, where it's like we have to be realistic a little bit, where I don't think EA, they don't have the ability to add more playstyles, add more roles in, and then make it even more balanced. I don't think they have the ability to like fully do that, honestly. I'm not sure that they do it all. And then Monty's back again. He's just kind of complaining about pack weight once again, and we've seen a lot of those comments like complaining about pack weight. It hasn't seemed to be great during the Liga team of the season. season. We've got Akshay. I apologize. Akshay, I think. Is it just me, or is the Mystery Ball Cup the most fun gameplay we've had? No stress due to match limits, and my players aren't moving like mud with smooth gameplay, and the boosts are fun to play with as well, to be honest. And this is the thing where it's like, I am on board with the idea that like Mystery Ball's meant for just a bit of fun, right? No match limits. You just hop in, you play. I'm sure it's going to be, yeah, competitive to a certain degree, obviously, because you're trying to get rewards and stuff like that, but there's no match limits. You just kind of play until you get them. And EA added Mystery Ball into this cup because they're trying to just add something different, spice it up, make it fun. I definitely can understand why somebody would say, I hate the Mystery Ball Cup, and also why I think it's the most fun we've had. That's why it's kind of one of those things where I don't get too pressed about the Mystery Ball Cup, because it's going to be all personal preference. When there's things that like isn't personal preference, that's when I get more annoyed. But if EA are adding things where it's like, hey, the casual will love this, or the hardcore player will love this, that's much more understandable, where you're trying to please both sides of like the both sides of the coin. Because there are certain things that you see where it's like, who does this help? Is it EA, or is it any of us? Like, the hardcores get fucked, the casuals get fucked, and EA sits back in their chair and rakes in the dough, right? So those are things I get more upset about. And things like Mystery Ball Cup, where it's like, some people might find it annoying, and that's like where it kind of ends. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm on board with you as well. Am I gonna love it? I don't know. If I even play it, I'm not even sure, but it's one of those things that I think there's more things to be upset about rather than like the Mystery Ball Cup, right? But you know what? I'm getting kind of fucked up right now, so thank you all so much. Appreciate you all for being here. I better stop talking before it becomes more of a slur of words, and I love you all. Peace.